What time of day should I give my child iron? What is the best form of iron? Should I be giving my child iron every day? And what can I be doing to help absorb that iron into my child's body? These are some of the questions that I get from parents in my clinic. Did you know that when it comes to giving our child an iron supplement, in many of the cases that I see in my clinic, they've been prescribed the most popular pharmaceutical grade iron supplement, which are actually really high doses of a poor form of iron, meaning not the best for absorption. No wonder the dose is so high. Here's the thing though, these kids continue to take this high dose of iron every day because they are told it is working. Their ferritin, stored iron, has come back up, which is fantastic, but if they come off, their iron levels drop straight back down. Hang on, it's not an iron supplement deficiency. Sounds like a quick fix to me. Stick with me as I share some of the insight behind supplementing iron and the dangers that could happen when we oversupplement, taking too high a doses for too long and not getting to the root cause. Hello, I'm Sammy, clinical nutritionist, stepping right out of my clinic onto your screen. I'm on a mission to get families to know their bodies better and nourish them while having fun. When it comes to iron deficiency in our children, particularly iron deficiency anemia, I wholeheartedly agree that we need to supplement in order to get those ferritin levels, our stored iron, up quickly. Simply eating iron-rich foods will take a lot longer to get those levels up, particularly if your child is a fussy eater. The problem I am seeing is when kids are supplementing, then they come off, those iron levels are dropping. There could be an underlying reason going on here. For more on that, check out my other video on the causes behind iron deficiency anemia after this video. I have seen kids who have been on iron for years. Their parents are at their wits' end looking for what could be the root cause. Or they've simply been led to believe that the iron deficiency will correct itself eventually. So these kids continue to take this particular form of iron that they've been prescribed in high doses. Let's explore that. A quick disclaimer, this is generalized advice only based on my clinical experience, research, and case studies. Every child is different, and it is important that you seek your own individual advice from a qualified health practitioner for your child. When it comes to kids aged 4 to 13, the recommended dietary intake for iron is about 9 to 10 milligrams a day. As they hit puberty, boys require about 11 milligrams a day, and girls require a whopping 15 milligrams a day. Now, with iron deficiency, we refer to something called the upper limit. We need to increase the amount of iron going into their body in order to get those levels back up. With kids aged 4 to 13, the upper limit is 40 milligrams a day and 45 milligrams a day for teens and adults. Let me say that again. If your child is iron deficient, 40 to 45 milligrams a day is the upper limit, meaning the most a child should be taking a day. Any more than this, and your child can get an upset tummy, a change in their gut microbes, inflammation, nausea, and constipation. A link to those reference ranges are in the notes below. This may shock you. The most common iron supplement being used in the community that I see has a daily dosage of over 100 milligrams a day. 100 milligrams. That's a lot higher than 45 milligrams. And why are people taking them? Because they are working. They are getting those ferritin levels up. Of course they're working. If the only goal is to see ferritin levels go up, they're going to work. But at what cost in the long run are we doing to our children's bodies? And the reason why the level of iron in these supplements is so high is because they're using a very poor absorbed form of iron. And a lot more is required in order to absorb it into your child's blood. It's quantity over quality going on here. There are many different forms of iron used in supplement. When it comes down to the ones that have been shown to absorb best in the body, meaning you will need a lot less to get the results that you need, the ferrous forms have been shown to absorb better than the ferric forms, and the glycinate forms have been shown to absorb better than the sulfate forms. In fact, a study has been undertaken looking at the sulfate forms and the glycinate. Studies showed the rate of absorption for sulfate was only at 26.7%, as opposed to the iron biglycinate, which absorbed at a whopping 90%, compared to 26.7%. It also showed that taking a smaller dose of iron biglycinate actually increased iron status to the same as when using double ferrous sulfate. And the gut effects were significantly lower. You can take a look at the study in the link below. So looking at the study, you can see that iron biglycinate is the better, more superior form for absorption. But what else can we look at when we're taking an iron supplement to make sure that it is absorbing at its best? Stick with me because I have something that is going to really surprise you when it comes to iron absorption at the end of this video. Let's answer some of those questions I mentioned at the beginning of this video. If you have gotten anything out of this video so far, please remember to hit the like and subscribe button. The time of the day that you take an iron supplement matters. We actually have a hormone inside us called hepcidin, and this hormone is in control of what happens with your iron. It makes sure there's enough iron in your blood to make hemoglobin, which carries oxygen around our blood, and it also makes sure that there's not too much iron floating around in our blood either. The thing with hepcidin is the higher it is in our blood, the more it blocks iron absorption. The thing to know about hepcidin is that it works with the times of the day. It increases over the time of the day. So your levels of hepcidin are lowest when you first wake up in the morning. Therefore, taking iron first thing in the morning when you wake up on an empty stomach is going to absorb more than taking it in the afternoon when your hepcidin levels are higher, blocking that intestinal absorption. Do we need to be taking iron every single day? Intermittent iron supplementing has been studied and the results are in. In fact, the results show taking a quality iron supplement every second day was just as effective as taking it daily with no side effects. How so? Well, remember that hormone hepcidin we just talked about? When we take a large dose of iron, such as in a supplement, the body will naturally produce enough hepcidin to stop absorption of too much iron after we take that supplement. And it will block absorption for a period of time. So giving a second dose of iron throughout the day or early the next morning may be too early, and those hepcidin levels may not have gone back to baseline. You can check out that study again in my notes below. So we know the good forms to take when it comes to absorption. We know what time of day is the best time to take it. And we also know that taking it every second day has been shown to be just as effective as taking it daily. But what about other vitamins and minerals that can help with supporting iron absorption? Most of the supplements you will see with iron include vitamin C. Why? Because this is important to maximize the uptake, the absorption of iron in our gut. And it also reduces the effects of high doses of iron in our children's bodies, because vitamin C is also an antioxidant. What about zinc? What about zinc? It's on like Donkey Kong when it comes to iron and zinc. An excess intake of iron pushes zinc levels down. An excess intake of zinc pushes iron down. So it's important that we take these away from each other. But here's the thing. Zinc actually plays a key role when it comes to iron absorption. So keeping on top of your child's zinc levels is important if they are taking a high-dosed iron supplement daily. What about copper? Another mineral in our bodies. We actually need it to help absorb iron in the gut. When our zinc levels are too high, it can squash out copper. And making sure that there is a balance, as it can have a direct impact on iron absorption. Copper also works with iron to help make those red blood cells. And B12 and folate also help to make your red blood cells. Us humans are quite complicated. So you can see taking one mineral like iron in high doses for too long can send a ripple effect on all the other minerals and vitamins in your body. So it's really important that when you are supplementing, you're working with someone who understands nutritional medicine and the use of supplements. And I've only just begun to scratch the surface. Last but not least, and this one is going to surprise you, does the supplement that your child is taking contain lactoferrin? What is lactoferrin? Well, it is a protein that is found in both human and animal milk. Lactoferrin binds iron. It grabs a hold of it and it drags it into your child's bloodstream. In fact, a study was undertaken alone just taking lactoferrin. And not only with lactoferrin did the iron levels increase, it also decreased that hormone hepcidin, the one that blocks iron absorption. How incredible is that? You can check out the study done in my notes below. A lot of the supplements that I use with my clients contain iron biglycinate and lactoferrin. What a winning combo. Combine that with a probiotic that targets iron absorption, jackpot. Remember, it is not an iron supplement deficiency. It's important to get to the root cause of why your child is iron deficient.